Hey everyone! Today we are going to do the tutorial from the November Silhouette Life Inspiration Box for the Moscow Mule mugs. So for this tutorial you will need this mug, the chalkboard vinyl, and your blue grid transfer tape. This is my favorite transfer tape and I discovered it in this box. Well, in previous boxes this is the type that we tend to get. So I definitely suggest this if you're looking for good transfer tape. I'm going to be doing the second design she did. She started out with the one with the chalk marker and like a speech bubble, but it didn't work out great on the texture of this mug. She didn't love it, so I'm just going to do what most people are going to end up doing with this chalkboard vinyl. So I'm going to do screen share so you can see how to do it in the studio and the tutorial, and then we will cut it out. Okay, so I've got my design studio up. I'm going to go back into Google Chrome. So this is the tutorial. You can click on the link in the albums in the exclusive members only Facebook group. So I just came into the picture that I wanted here and clicked on this link. That'll take you right to the tutorial page. If you go through this tutorial, this is where you can see where she started out with this Hello Autumn design with the chalkboard marker. She didn't love that, like I said before, so we're going to go ahead and do this Blessed design. Where you're going to get this link is you're going to go back into the album, click on Drive, the Google Drive file. This will take you into the folder. Click on JSL Custom Creations, and then you'll find the Blessed design. So I need the studio format, so I'm going to download it. And then I'm just going to click on it. It will open it right up into my studio. It's already mirrored and everything that we need. So I'm going to go back to the tutorial. So what you're going to do, it doesn't need to be mirrored. So I'm not really sure why that's pulling up as it, unless I'm just not being able to read right. Oh no, we want it like that. Okay, so if it comes up like that, just flip horizontally. Now you'll have this design here. When I go to send, it should register it. There we go. See how it'll cut all of those lines? So we're going to go back to here. She had blade 2, speed 5, force 10. So I'm going to change my settings to make sure I have it on that. So let's see. Vinyl chalkboard. It has it on 1, 5, and 10. So I'm going to keep it like that, and I'm going to do a test cut. She had said her blade was a little dull, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it with the settings, and then we'll do a test cut when I send it in, and I'll let you know if we had to change it or not. But that's what she suggested. So now it is ready to load in to our machine. This one's really simple. So we've got the design, our settings are right. Let's go get it ready to go. So I pulled out my chalkboard vinyl. Do you see this bubble? What we're going to want to do to get that out is just take a little squeegee and you're just going to rub it along the edge. So I'm just going to push this down basically on my table and we're just going to force that air bubble out. Be careful not to like bend the vinyl, so just kind of go in a line across the edge. If you crease it, we can still fix it, but it'll be easier if you don't crease it. So I'm going to work this out. I've got the settings, like I said, the original chalkboard settings. So I'm going to do a test cut as soon as I get this bubble out. Some people prefer to wait till after they cut their design to get the bubble out. I just get worried that it's going to mess with it. So I like to push it out before I even start. So you can see. Now it looks like there's a bubble. It's just bent. But there is no bubble. So I'm actually going to load it without a cutting mat. What that means is on my machine, instead of clicking load cut mat, I'm going to click load media. So now it's loaded itself in. My blade is right. We've got it at the setting that it needs to be, setting 1. I'm just going to double check it. Again, I have the premium blade, so when I switch it, I can just twist it, and it is already at 1. So I'm just going to do the test cut at its normal location. So it's cutting that right now. It's just doing it in the top left. In a previous video, I show you how to move that location. Let me know if you want to see that, and I can direct you to that. So I've got it cut out. I get a little bit lazy, and I'm just going to peel it off with my fingers. If it doesn't work, then I know I need to get my little tool. I'm going to get it. It's not coming off easy. So I've got my little pick, and I'm just going to see if I can pick this off. Be careful if you're doing it in your hand like I am. I did poke myself today. Okay, so it did cut, but it's very hard to get out. So I've got the square, but it didn't easily weed the triangle. So I'm going to do 2, like she did. I'm going to switch my blade up to 2. and then I'm going to send the file through. You could do a test cut. I know my blade and my machine enough. I'm just going to send it through, but I guess we'll find out if that was a bad decision or not. So I switched it to 2. I'm going to send the design through. Okay, we figured that out. So now we're going to send that design, and then we're going to get our blue transfer tape. I like to cut out just the portion that we need. So I kept the same size of the image that she did. So I'm cutting right now. It's not telling me the dimensions while I'm cutting, but I will let you know as soon as that's done cutting. So I'm keeping her dimensions, and then I'm just going to cut out the section of transfer tape that I need, and I'm just going to weed the design out and then put it over that design. So you don't need to use a lot of this, you just need to use what will cover what you're cutting out. So you can edit it if you want a bigger blast on here, just edit the dimensions of that image. If you want a different image, that's totally fine. Just make sure it's set up to cut right and you've got the right settings for chalkboard vinyl. So there's a lot of ways to customize these mugs. One thing she does talk about, sorry if this is a little loud, hopefully it's not, but one thing she did talk about is caring for your mug. So she linked a Google link on how to clean these mugs. They do take a little bit extra to keep them nice and kind of this level of shiny. So if you do want to use them and keep them looking nice, make sure to look at those directions so you can keep them nice. I think it uses lemon, maybe salt, but lemon for sure to help keep these clean. So as you can see, my machine is done, so it didn't take us very long. I'm going to unload it. You can see right there that it cut it out just fine. So I'm going to cut it off of this sheet first. So I'm just going to I'm going to check where those lines are. I'm going to cut it. Okay. Now we have, look, this whole sheet of chalkboard vinyl. I think we're using it for another project, but still, pretty cool. So now I've got this. Let me tell you what size this was. It is 3.5 by 1.588 is the size of this one. So now that we have this, what we're going to do is we're just going to weed it out. So it says it's really easy to weed, so let's test it. Sometimes I'll do a boxer on it to make it easier, but I didn't for this. So let's see. Oh, look. I can just even peel up with my hand, and it's coming right off. Do you see that? Oh, but be careful on the end. It's trying to peel up all the little things. But this stuff is, this is probably the easiest stuff I've weeded in a long time. That took me about 2 seconds to get all of that off. So I'm just going to let this keep going. If you have any questions on this, let me know. This chalkboard vinyl is feeling great, and it's weeding really nice. I've got some of the other tutorials already up for this box, so check those out. I also just posted a link about the quilt mate that I product reviewed. It is amazing. If you use your iron for any stuff with your Cameo, you have to check out this quilt pad. It is by far the best solution I found. I didn't love my ironing board. I didn't love my windowsill that I was ironing on. So check it out. They've got a sale going on right now if you're watching this in November. 20% off for the first little bit, and then after that it goes to 15%. So if you're looking into it, definitely do it sooner rather than later. Get that bigger discount. It does make really good gifts. It's already on my list of ideas for some of my family that does quilting and everything like that. So I'm just about done. Hopefully you guys like my honest communication with you. This is how long it really takes. I don't speed up the videos. I don't try to lie to you or convince you that it's easier than it is, but this one is actually very easy. So there we go. It is all done. Now what we are going to do is get the transfer tape. So I'm going to I like to put it right on top and just cut out exactly what I need. And then we'll be able to apply it to this mug. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and put this on and get my mug ready, and we'll be ready to go. Sorry about that. I'm going to be honest. I had to respond to a text message right away, and I didn't want to make you guys wait while I did that. So anyway, I'm back. I haven't done anything. So I'm going to peel it off, the transfer tape, off of the back. This stuff is seriously the best transfer tape. So I'm just going to stick it right on top, and then I'm going to use my little squeegee thing, and I'm just going to rub it onto this transfer tape. It just helps it really adhere to the transfer tape and get off of the backing. So now we're ready. I'm just going to peel it off. Oh! Did you see how that came off? So we're missing a little thing. So if that happens, just press it back down. So I'm just rubbing it with my finger. There we, oh, nope. All right, these sunflower ones are gonna wanna stick. So burnish those really good so that they come off okay. So let's try it again. Okay, I got all of them that time. Okay, so now I have my whole design. Oh, it's backwards for you. So I've got everything there. I'm gonna take my mug. I want it, you're just gonna line it up how you want it. So I'm gonna do it a little bit slanted because I kinda like that look. Oh, you can't really see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna set it right here. So it's sitting on top like that. And then I'm just gonna lightly rub it. Now it is kind of curved and it is a textured surface, so you may have to kind of play with how it sits. But I'm just kind of rubbing out with my thumb so that it will adhere to the mug without kind of bending or bubbling the actual vinyl itself. It is a little bit harder with mugs or anything with the texture, so just have a little bit of patience with it. Let's see how it sticks though. So I've got this on here. Oh, okay. So it's trying to peel up a little bit on the really skinny parts. Oh, sorry. Oh, and the sunflower. So make sure you're kind of burnishing it or whatever that word is while you go. And then we're almost done. Okay, so now here's my mug. Oh, there's like the glare from it. This is what it looks like. So I probably should have put it up a little bit more, but I kind of like that it's kind of settled down here. And I'm just going to go over it with my finger and kind of rub it in. Make sure that it's really on there good. And it feels good. There's no bubbles in it. And now you have a really cute, really simple mug. These would make really cute gifts. Put some tissue paper in there and a little candy or a little candle even, and give these as gifts. So great idea. Love this project. Subscribe to my channel so you can see the rest of the tutorials coming soon. And then let me know if you have any questions. Check out the Quiltmate. You can order on Amazon or thequiltmate.com. Definitely sign up for the Silhouette Life Inspiration Box. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving.